Well, hi, this is John Munter, Northern Minnesota. Glad to be with you. And this is my grandmother's spring garden she had years ago. And this tree marked one boundary of it. This is my little Jerusalem artichoke I dug up, and it grows little tendrils out here and there. So if you just probably not plant any next year, I'll probably have all kinds of Jerusalem artichokes popping out. It's got so many moving parts, you almost feel like you want to kill it before you eat it, right? Or cook it in a pot. But we're talking about the Gospel of Thomas today, the Nag Hammadi Library by James Robinson. The first 14 sayings talk about going within and experiencing that sense of divine love and freedom from the light that expands and grows like a fire, and it turns into an ecstatic experience. It's really part and parcel of who we are from the beginning, our source. And it just expresses the idea of letting your light shine into others. Next 20 sayings talk about how you should be preaching from the housetops what you hear, or expressing anyway what you experience inside. Because it's really outside of time and space is where the intuition comes from. And it's who established us here in the first place. And really not to get sidetracked by wealth and by the things around us, whether it's poverty or whether it's riches. Many analogies here about the cornerstone guiding us, or the keystone going into our well or behind the door for our inspiration, because it's really like a pearl of great price. And it's possible even to see our images from this as well, our divine images, or experience them, and let that be our guide rather than getting sidetracked into sexual experiences. We can actually experience beings in this way as well, angels and prophets who will come to us in the psychomantim experience. So we come out to the point where it's not a fearful experience, and that in 95, if you have money, do not lend it at interest, but give it to one from whom you will not get it back. And so it's a practical thing too, going inside. It'll tell us practical answers about the world. We learned this in 96. Jesus said, "The kingdom of the Father is like a certain woman. She took a little leaven, concealed it in some dough, and made it into large loaves. Let him who has ears to hear, let him hear." Okay, so we learn this experience of the mother infusing creation from past sayings, number 80, for example, and the breast of the Holy Spirit in meditation, and number 4. And so the normal question from this is, well then, we have nothing to worry, right? Well, not so fast in terms of that. So 97 really responds to that. Jesus said, "The kingdom of the Father is like a certain woman who was carrying a jar full of meal. She was walking on the road, still some distance from home. The handle of the jar broke, and the meal emptied out upon her on the road, behind her on the road. She did not realize it. She had noticed no accident. When she reached her house, she set the jar down and found it empty." This is often misconstrued and misinterpreted. The meal would refer to the light, right? She's walking on the road, and in the physicality here, and the jar of what's the jar? What broke? Could it be our physical vessel that broke? That couldn't hold the light? When she reached her house, she set the jar down and found the jar was empty. And so at a certain point we find our physical vessel is really kind of empty. So let's see if that's correct. In number 98, we read, Jesus said, "The kingdom of the Father is like a certain man who wanted to kill a powerful man. In his own house he drew his sword and stuck it in the wall, in order to find out whether his hand could carry it through. Then he slew the powerful man." This is often not understood as well. but it's about ourselves, of course. It's an analogy. Who's the powerful man? Could it be our ego? Oh, sure. In his own house, he drew his sword and stuck it in the wall. So what's the sword? Sword of the Spirit? So we practice with the sword of the Spirit. We practice with our inner guidance, trusting our inner guidance more and more in terms of winning our way through life until we're confident and sure that we can follow our inner spirit. And then we can just kill our ego and go, it's not a big deal. So let's look at that again. So killing a powerful man, gosh, that's awful violent. What does that mean? Let's look at number 98. The disciples said to him, your brothers and your mother are standing outside. He said to them, those here who do the will of my Father are my brothers and my mother. It is they who will enter the kingdom of my Father. So it's really talking about letting go of the personal life, the personal self, for the greater self, the greater good. And so it's consonant with the previous saying about killing the strong man. But it expands it into your, not just your personal life, but also your brothers and your mother and your own extended family life too as well. And then we could ask, well, what does that mean? And does it mean just me and my own personal life? And in 100 we see they showed Jesus a gold coin and said to him, Caesar's men demand taxes from us. He said to them, give Caesar what belongs to Caesar, give God what belongs to God, and give me what is mine. All right, so we showed Jesus a gold coin. Caesar's, okay, so this is talking about letting go of our material concerns and letting government and church and society give them what they require. Make as much peace as we can with them. And give me what is mine. Well, that's a really leading statement. What does that mean? And what is it that is Jesus's? Well, we'll have to come to that next time. But I appreciate you standing with us. And my website is www.themirroredbridalchamber.com. And my book is The Integral Gospel of Thomas, Made Easy. Thank you.